Alright everybody, this video, today you guys are taking your CUAs. However, tomorrow you have your final copy for your argumentative essay due. So I thought I would do this video on, revising and editing as far as transferring it from your rough draft over to your typed final copy. Alright? So I've got a whole bunch of different colors here, just so that I can point out things that maybe you need to be aware of, some things that that this paper has that maybe it doesn't have, or maybe it should have, but maybe in a different way, things like that. So please keep in mind, revising and editing is a subjective art. In a writing process. It is going to be very dependent on your writing style and what mistakes have been made, or what, not so much mistakes, but just things that need to be polished up a bit. Alright, so it's all going to depend on you and your individual writing style and how you do. I requested yesterday for a student sample so that I can show you guys kind of an idea what I'm talking about when we are wanting you to revise from the rough draft to the final copy. Because I know some of y'all are thinking that y'all's rough draft is perfect just like it is. Well, no, it's not. You're not perfect until you're signing $1 million book deals. Once that happens, then by all means, we'll let you call your rough drafts perfect. But until then, you are still learning your craft, and we are still trying to help you learn the writer's craft. Okay? So, with this student's permission, I am going to use her sample as an example for editing the paper. I'm probably not going to be able to catch everything, because some things she may end up catching on her own, word choice and things like that. And some edits that I do she may not take into account, and that's okay as well. It's going to depend on where she was going as the writer and other issues. Okay, so to start off with, whenever we are grading your essays, we are going to do a brief skim through to make sure the main basic elements are there. Alright, it's a 5-paragraph essay. Alright, so we are going to go through and make sure that there's 5 paragraphs in there. If there's not 5 paragraphs there, there's going to be points taken off because there's going to be a whole element missing. Which element? That's going to depend, that's depending on you. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so she meets the minimum requirement, at least, of having 5 paragraphs for this essay. Alright, good. Next thing that we are going to notice is your paragraph structure the way it's supposed to be? Is it indented? Which I can see that this paper is not indented. Remember, indentations need to be at least, around about there. Okay? So basically their first word, they just need to move it all over, okay? Shifting it all over. So that's one thing that needs to be looked at. Make sure that your paragraphs are indented like they're supposed to be. Alright, if they're not indented, you need to indent them. Okay, so that's something that we are looking at when we're grading. So that is, the big basic things that we're going to be looking at. The next thing we're going to be looking for is we're going to be looking for your claim. Alright, so that's going to be in your introductory paragraph. So we have, my cell phone is my best friend. It's my lifeline to the outside world. Carrie Underwood. Okay, so this closed quotation here, and that's saying that that's a quote from Carrie Underwood. Carrie Underwood. So some things that needs to be done. You need to make sure that if you have closed quotation marks, that you've started with open quotation marks. Okay, so there was some quotation marks over here missing that needed to be there. Alright, also A rule of thumb about quotes: if somebody quoted it and you've put it in a paragraph like this, you need to have down, that they said or stated it, or, whatever whatever modifier needs to be here, or whatever verb needs to be here that indicates that Carrie Underwood stated this, okay? Proclaimed, said, and then where did she say it? All right? Did she say it in an interview? Did she say it in, just talking to someone? Did she write it in an article? Okay, so, however you want to put that she said, said or stated or proclaimed, whatever, Carrie Underwood. And then right here you would have, where did she say it? In an interview or in an article or wherever. All right, so that's what you need to make sure you do. If you have a quote, you need to state where that quote came from. Or you put it at the beginning. Either way. So, where does the quote come from? All right. So where did the quote come from? Not just who, but where. Some people believe, okay, so believe is not spelled right, so that needs to be looked at. Make sure you're looking at spelling. Most of that is going to be taken care of with spell check in your typed essay, so I'm not, I'll just circle it. I won't point out too much. That mobile technology like cell phones are good. Others think that having a cell phone is not necessary to have better lives. There are many reasons why we need mobile technology to improve our life every day. Okay, so this I'm assuming that this is her claim statement. And she started off good. It is not an I statement. And that's what we're looking for. We're not looking for I statements in the claims. So she's ahead of the curve right there. There are many reasons why we need mobile technology to improve our life every day. Okay, so this is pronoun-noun agreement. Our life. Our is a plural pronoun, okay? Whenever you have a plural pronoun, you need to make sure that whatever follows it agrees with that. And is also plural. So this should be lives. Okay? So make sure that you are looking at that whenever you are editing y'all's paper as well. You know what? That's a pretty good claim statement. There is probably a different way that this could be said, but y'all are in the 6th grade. Y'all are just learning your craft. Any edits that I would put into here, I would be starting to get y'all like into high school writing territory, and y'all don't need this. So a claim stated similar to this would be fine. Again, please do not try to copy off of this young lady's work. She worked very hard on this. So, and plagiarism is wrong. So we will be able to tell if you plagiarize your work. So claim statement checks out. This first paragraph should be reason number 1, supporting reason. Okay? Supporting reason number 1. Excuse me. Too early for this. Alright, it says, today almost everybody has a cell phone. And then I think she tried to put a comma there. Oh yeah, she did, because she's got a list. Cell phone, tablet, or computer with internet access that can help improve their lives. Okay. For instance, and then she's got the comma, never have we been able to share so much with friends and family than we can today. And that is in great part due to mobile technology. Okay, so the leading word to introductory word today, that is introductory word, introductory phrase. That would have a comma right here. So make sure that if you have introductory phrases that you have commas after introductory phrases, okay? If you are not sure if it's an introductory phrase, use those mobile devices that y'all love using so much and look it up. You can find anything on Google. Look up, common introductory phrases and, see if yours matches. If it does, there needs to be a comma after it. For instance, we have neighborhood family that we can today. Been able to, then we can. Can might need to be a different word because it doesn't, I don't know, to me it just doesn't fit right in there. Then we do today, maybe. Something like that. Share so much with friends and family than we do today. So yeah, being able to do something, yeah, that works. So that should be can do today, and that is in great part due to mobile technology. Okay, so this sentence starts here and ends way down here. That's a very long sentence, and it can be broken up. So we could put a period here, get rid of this and then this is capitalized. Okay, but do you see the kind of revisings and editings that I'm doing here? I'm not doing anything major. I'm not moving anything around or anything like that. I'm just going through, I'm making, reading it out loud to yourself, making sure everything sounds the way it's supposed to. Half the time, if it doesn't sound right in your, when you read it out loud to yourself, then it's not supposed to, it's not right. If you can't really tell, but you think that something is wrong, read it out loud to a friend, read it out loud to an ELA teacher, read it out loud to a parent, and get some feedback from them. Those writers I was talking about with $1 million contracts, they do not just write it all in one go and call it a day. It's read by multiple people before it even hits, the publishing company. So please make sure that you are doing that little bit. It says having a smartphone makes it easy to feel close to the people we care about even when they are very far away. Mobile technology makes it less expensive than traveling to visit your family. Okay, so there's quite a few different conveniences here. It's talking about sharing and sending files, sharing so much with friends and family. Yeah. Feeling close. Alright, so we have all of these reasons here. What I am not seeing is our evidence from a source, okay? The cited evidence. So you have to make sure that your evidence, where is the evidence? There's a question mark there. So where's the evidence? So you have all of these reasons here, and they sound like good, valid reasons, but where's the evidence that you got from the sources that we gave you on February 2nd? And I'm not just talking like to this student. If you are one whose paper, it looks kind of like this, it has very valid reasons, they're all cohesive in there, but your evidence is not in there. Those are the people I'm talking to. Those are the students that I'm talking to. Where is your evidence? You have to have evidence in here. Please remember that direct quotes will have the quotation marks around it, okay? And you'll have your evidence and then your closed quotation marks. And then you have to cite where that evidence came from, okay? You'll have your parentheses, all right? And then it's going to be the first word of your citation from your works cited page. That's why it was so important for you to get that works cited done first, so that you could get these in-text citations done. If you do not know how to do in-text citations or what it's supposed to look like, there is a video on February 4th that's titled In-Text Citations. You need to go watch it and follow the examples that I give. All right? And then the citation is inside the sentence, meaning the period that ends the sentence goes after the citation. Okay, so please make sure that you are following that. If these in-text citations are not in here, you are going to get points taken off. We are taking points off if you do not cite your sources or if evidence is not in there. So there's going to be multiple points taken off if you don't have your evidence. So please make sure you're doing that. All right. So other than the evidence not being in there wasn't a whole lot with that paragraph that I did not disagree with. So I'm going to move on to the next one. Paragraph 3, remember this is supporting reason number 2. All right. So with this paragraph, it's going to go a little bit quicker. 1, it's shorter, and 2, I kind of already know a little bit her style and by now and what's missing. Okay, so this here in parentheses, I'm not sure if she has cited a source or if she is just clarifying what Amber Alerts are for. Okay, and if that's what she's doing, she didn't have to put it in parentheses. I mean, just putting kidnapping in parentheses doesn't fully explain what Amber Alerts are. Although we all know what Amber Alerts are. What if this paper was being read by somebody who didn't? You know, things like that. So you need to have more than just kidnapping if you are going to be clarifying what Amber Alerts are. All right? Okay, so mobile devices are improving our lives by keeping us safe. Okay, so for example, that needs to be capitalized. Please make sure you're capitalizing what needs to be capitalized. If you don't remember capitalization rules, again, Google it. Because that's going to be a lot of points taken off for writing conventions. Capitalization is something y'all learn in elementary school, so y'all need to make sure that y'all are capitalizing appropriately. Smartphones are everywhere, and that's a good thing. In an emergency, authorities can tap into the network to issue alerts, such as severe weather alerts or Amber Alerts. So then, Amber Alerts, you can say, you know, a child being kidnapped or something like that. Something like that, not just kidnapping. Okay. Mobile technology works for more than communication. It can be used in many different ways. Okay, so this phrase here, I'm going to assume is where is her paraphrase of the evidence. Okay, based on, you know, wording and things like that. So based on all of that, I'm going to assume that this right here is the evidence that she's tried to put in here, but it's not cited. You have to cite your source. It is plagiarism if you do not. And plagiarism is wrong. And plagiarism will get you massive points taken off. Oh, there's a 7:30 bell. All right, I'm going to try to wrap this up. Paragraph 4. This is your counter claim. My bad. Claim. And turn back. Okay, your counterclaim and your turn back have to be there. Those are the two things we're going to be looking for really, really hard in this 4th paragraph. The turn back, remember, that is your evidence that disproves the counterclaim, disproves what the other side is saying. All right. Okay, so it says some people claim. All right, so some people claim that mobile devices are a distraction. So there's the counterclaim. All right, so counterclaim is there. Others say that using mobile devices make you waste your time, so you have 2 counterclaims in here. However, according to a study by Harris Interactive, the convenience of smartphone apps. Okay, so whenever you do abbreviations like that, you have to have had applications in as a full word before this. And I don't think you have. So, and there's not enough time for me to go back and look. So you need to make sure that you say the entire word, okay? Abbreviations in a formal paper are typically for agencies that have abbreviations on them, like NASA, FBI, CS, the CPS, things like that. Okay, so abbreviations for just common words, they need to be not used. This saves people an average of 22 days per year. It's much easier to do things on a mobile device than going to different places. Okay, so you have 2 separate counterclaims here, but only 1 turnback. That being said, I would stick with the counterclaim that your turnback actually disproved. So I would get rid, okay, so some people claim that you keep, and then all of this, I would get rid of. Okay? Some people claim that using mobile devices make you waste your time. However, it saves people, okay, yep. There's your turnback, and it is very, very effective. Also, according to a study by Harris Interactive, that is a citation also. If you say in the sentence somewhere or before the evidence, according to, as stated by, in such and such's article, it says this. That's citing your source also. And since you've put the citation in the sentence, you don't have to worry about the parentheses part. So that is an acceptable source citation. So I'm going to take that and declare that one done. Again, not very many corrections that I'm doing here. It's just fine-tuned polishing. All right? And then we have the conclusion. Conclusion, we are looking for a restatement of the claim, and it cannot be copied. So I'm going to have my introduction visible. Here's my claim, and then mobile technology improves our daily life. Yep, it's a restatement, and it is not copied from. So the claim is right here. Restated claim is here, and it does not match the claim that was up there. They provide communications with our loved ones who are far away. Mobile devices, mobile devices can help keep. So the S does not need to be there. Us safe and allow us to do more things in one place. One place. Everyday people use mobile technology for more things. I'm assuming that's a period. Yeah, that's a period. So this should be capitalized over here. The future will bring better and more helpful mobile devices to keep improving our lives. Okay, so we kind of have a recap of her supporting reasons here. However, her statement to leave the reader thinking is a little bit weak. So try to have a ending that leaves your reader thinking. Okay, thinking about the issue, thinking about what benefits mobile technology has, things like that. All right. So with all of these edits, or even some of the edits, or any other edits that the author herself is going to see, then she'll be ready to type up her essay. And like I said, some of the stuff that is in here is going to be fixed by spell check and grammar check if you use a Word document. Spell check alone if you just type your work into the Schoology turn-in link. So I hope this helped out a little bit, kind of get some feedback using an example, some things that you need to look for, and take care of on your own rough draft, so that your final copy can be all that it is supposed to be. All right? Can't wait to see what y'all come up with.